Hello everyone, Chocolo Roberto here for another video review, and it's another Ritter Sport Winter Edition, and this time we have Spekulatius, Spekulatius. Easy for you to say, hard for me. But anyway, I've had a look online. I tried to translate this, and of course it didn't translate typically, so I was in a panic as to what on earth I'd do. But it turns out it's a kind of spiced short crust biscuit, basically, and as you can see there. So it's kind of a brand name, I guess, or a type of biscuit. I think it's found in Germany, Holland and Belgium, I think it said, but yes, there we go. So basically I'm assuming, and well, I'm quite confident actually, that this is a chocolate covered crunched up bits of biscuit. Let's say this sort of spiced short crust biscuit. So it says on the back, and I've translated this, so it says filled with full milk chocolate with winter spices and refined cocoa cream. I think that's really pretty much what it says. Yes, so there we go. So I think we could have slightly got that wrong. It could be hit and miss, but it sounds good enough to me. So yeah, there we go. Yes, so filled with full milk chocolate with winter spices and refined cocoa cream. Yeah, something along those lines. So yes. So you see you've got the Winter Creation logo there. So it's one of the Ritter Sports Winter Editions. It's got the sort of square snowflakes. I just realised now, of course, it's square because it's the Ritter bar is square, isn't it? Of course, yeah, makes sense now. Makes sense. I just think it was a bit of a strange one, but yeah. And of course the sort of like snow, well, white background, white bottom anyway. So presumably it's meant to look like snow. So there we are. So yes, it's got a lovely sort of orangey colour here. Quite like, it's a nice orange actually. And it continues on the top, not the bottom. And of course you've got the fact you can line them up like a library of chocolate still, and it will hopefully be a distinctive colour. Well, of course it has the different colour at the bottom, so yeah, there you go. But I think you'd do it that way around. So you can see it looks quite nice. I'm quite excited for this because I do like biscuit in my chocolate. It's a really good solid crunch. So I'm quite excited for this one. I know I had one of these Spekulatius. I really don't know how to pronounce that. I've never had one of these before, these type of biscuits. But I mean, I've probably had similar ones in the UK, so there's probably a similar biscuit. So we'll see anyway. But I don't know what it's called in the UK if there is one. It's just a spiced biscuit or something. But it's 100-gram bar. And it's got the old square practical good in German there on the back. UK it's something slightly different. I think quality chocolate squared. I think it is actually. And yes, and it gives us the nutritional information per 100 grams, which is handy because it is a 100-gram bar. So what we have is per 100 grams, 556 calories, 34 grams of fat, 20 of which are saturates. So as I always say with these, I think roughly half of this, 50 grams, is probably as close to a regular sized chocolate bar serving that you're going to get to compare with. I mean, you could obviously have one less chunk. I mean, it's a 4x4 chunk bar, I think, so you could have, rather than half, you could have, I don't know, 7 chunks or something, but I think it's easy just to go for half. So basically for half of it, it's 278 calories, I think. Yeah, sounds good. 278 calories. Let's see, and then 17 grams of fat, and 10 of which are saturates. Yeah, so 278 calories, 17 grams of fat, 10 of which are saturates. Yeah, so very nice. I'm just recovering from a cold I've had over Christmas, or a virus or something anyway. It really knocked me for 6. But I'm hopefully able to appreciate the sort of spices and things that come with these chocolates now. So just reviewed one of the others and I think I did okay, so we'll see. Hopefully, I'm not quite up to my best yet, but I'm getting there, so we'll see. Okay, yes. Chocolate waits for no man or woman. There we go. Right, so it's cool. It smells nice, yeah. A nice smell. It's a funny. I'm not quite sure what the smell is really. It's obviously that biscuit, but Spekulatius. So it looks very nice actually. Nice shine to this chocolate. More so than most Ritter bars actually. I can remember. Quite plain underneath. It's clearly milk chocolate. It feels like a drier chocolate. It's not melting in my hands or anything. But yeah, look at that. It's got a nice shine to it. So let's give it a quick measure. I think they're usually 9.1 or something. These Ritter bars, 9.1, centimetres. by roughly 9.1. But at the top it loses a bit of, it's not quite straight at the sides, you can see it sort of comes in a bit, so it loses a bit of width. Yeah, so we've got an 8.7 now, roughly. Yeah, about 8.7. It's not quite the same on each side now either, but yeah. And height-wise, 1.8, just about. 1.75? Yeah, 1.8. We'll say 1.8. So yes, there we go. So 4x4 bars, as is usually the case with Ritter Sport bars, but some of them are a bit different. Let's give it a snap. It's a hard snap, I tell you. So it's a concentrated biscuit there. So you can see there, that's Spekulatius. I'm going to call it Spekulatius. No, it's probably I keep tempted to say spectacular as well. So it's I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, this is what it is on the inside. Yeah. So basically, Ritter Sport bars there, they do. You can see there's a bit of a gap actually between the edge there. So not quite edge to edge there, but obviously in the centre ones it is. But that means you get a big chunk of chocolate. But Ritter Sport bars are pretty good because they fill right to the top of the chunks. So I'll go to dissect one in a minute to show you that. But I just noticed something. I don't know if you can see these sort of lines there. Can you see those? I don't know what they are at all. They're not consistent. Just this one has it as well. Yeah, I don't know what they are. Not in every single chunk. Yeah, they appear there as well. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way it's made. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about there. There's like these vertical lines. There's 3 of them there. Yeah, but they don't appear everywhere. I don't know what they are. Probably nothing really. It's probably just something the way it's manufactured. But it seems to be only on the centre squares. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, don't know. Don't think it matters, but worthy of note, perhaps. Right, okay. So it's a bit hard to, well, not hard to break these, but it's harder than normal. Definitely a big crunch there. Okay, let's have a look. So, yeah, in fact, actually it doesn't go all the way to the top. This is one of the few Ritter Sports where the inside hasn't actually gone all the way to the top of the dome of the biscuit, of the chocolate. So, I can probably see why they've done that, because they've just laid a flat layer of biscuit, haven't they, and then covered it in chocolate. That's what they've done. But yeah, a bit of a shame that, because usually one of the things with Ritter Sports that marks them out really. But instead of looking at the chocolate, it does seem to be. You can see it's kind of, I don't know if it's the way it's been filled is slightly different. So you can see it's a bit of a different. I don't know what the word is, shade, texture to the chocolate on the top of the dome. So there might just be the way it's been filled in there, where they fill in the gap. They just fill a bit of chocolate, then it goes through the regular process of having the chocolate poured on the top and bottom of it. So that's probably all that is, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a special chocolate. But yeah, it does obviously mean that they have knowingly filled in that gap that would otherwise have been filled with the filling. So yeah. Oh well, but yes, you can see why they've done it, because it's not a liquid filling like the other ones. They've just put a slab of biscuit in there, but they could have still done it somehow, but maybe it would have been a bit too much. Anyway, let's give it a taste. Well, that's a very unique biscuit. Might have to have another taste of it. It's it's a funny biscuit. You don't taste it that strongly actually. There's a bit of a crunch there, but it kind of goes very quickly. It's there's a bit of the biscuit there actually. You can see that. Might explain the white lines as well. There's been some kind of impact at the top. I don't know what that is, but maybe some holes where the biscuit is. Maybe the biscuit has holes in it normally. Let's have a look. Well, I can't see any sign of that there. But you know, some biscuits have like some dimples in them. Maybe that's all it was. But yeah, let's say it's a biscuit that has not much impact, I have to say. and kind of crunches a bit and then it's gone very quickly. I think it's very similar to those in the UK who have rich tea biscuits. I don't know if you know the sort of spherical, not spherical, but round biscuits. That's basically what this is. It's very similar to a rich tea biscuit, I think. From obviously, it's hard to tell because of the chocolate as well. There we go. Yeah, look, there are dimples there. Look. So that's what those lines are. It's where it's been dissected with the dimples. So yes, you can see there. If the cuts go in across the dimples, it gives that line effect. So yeah. It's basically a rich tea biscuit for those in the UK. It's not my favourite biscuit, but they're quite moreish when you have a couple of them. You think, well, not too bad actually. But they are quite a plain biscuit, has to be said. And that's basically what this is. It's basically, I was saying, obviously in Germany, Holland, Belgium, whatever. It's called Spekulatius or whatever, but in the UK you'd say rich tea. So that's basically what this is. It's chocolate covered rich tea biscuits, and they're quite nice actually. I probably, obviously in the UK we have digestive biscuits, and I think that would probably be a bit more substantial. But it's it does have a place, this, and it's quite a. So rich teas are a funny biscuit because they're quite quite soft really, and they're very sort of light and airy, and they have a small footprint. They don't really sort of linger in your mouth or anything. You eat them, and they when you dip them in tea or whatever, they do melt quite quickly, or soften quite quickly, not melt, soften. You just have to be quite quick. But they are pretty nice biscuits when you really think about them and have them on their own. They're quite sweet, and even though they're quite plain, they're not a bad biscuit really. I think this one might have some kind of spices involved. I'm not sure. Let's see, what does it say? It does say winter spices, and you can slightly taste those, to be honest with you, which rich tea biscuits don't have. But it's only very subtle winter spice taste, I'd say. The chocolate's very nice. I'm quite a big fan of the chocolate on this biscuit because it really sort of is quite thick and quite sort of substantial, and kind of works quite well with the biscuit really, but it does overpower the biscuit somewhat. This biscuit's quite a sort of weak, very thin, very sort of the biscuit sort of disappears very quickly when you eat it. Essentially, it just doesn't hang around much at all, because I think there's a lot of air in the biscuit. So it kind of collapses and falls apart and just goes very quickly for whatever reason. So there's perhaps a bit too. I prefer a bit more biscuit in here. I think I would have liked it if it had gone up to the top of the dome, because I think the biscuit is such a sort of transient biscuit. It does go very quickly. So for me, I think even though there's a big layer of biscuit there, I think I would have preferred it to go up to the top, and I think that would have made it more about the biscuit rather than the chocolate, because the chocolate's there, but it's definitely one of the strong flavours here, and it is a nice flavour. It's a nice chocolate, but it's more about the chocolate here than the biscuit, I think, unfortunately, and I think it should be the other way around really. Especially since this is a winter edition, all about the biscuit. So yeah, for me, I think that's a bit of a disappointment. I think, but I can see why they've done it, because they've just literally got a layer of biscuit and put it on. So because they would have had to, it'd be very difficult to bake the biscuit, I guess with the dome bits in or whatever. But they still could do it though, to be honest with you, couldn't they? I mean, they've got moulds or what have you, so I think they could do it. But they've gone for the easy option, and I think unfortunately that's brought the bar down a bit really. So rather than being, I think if it was up to the top, it would be a 4.5 for me. I think it's a 3.5 because it's just more about the chocolate really. There's just not enough biscuit in here really to give it the impact it needs really to make it something special. But it is still nice. I do like it actually. I do like it a lot. And as I was saying, I think rich tea biscuits are a bit boring generally in the UK. They don't have the spices that this biscuit does have, which are quite subtle in this chocolate bar at least. But I think Rich Tea biscuits are a bit undervalued. I think I think they're better than you'd think. You kind of ignore them and you want something a bit more special. But when you do have them, they are quite nice, and you do get to appreciate it a bit more in this chocolate here. But yeah, as I say, there just needs to be a bit more of it. It needs to filter the dome, so that's why it's a 3.5 out of 5 rather than a 4 or even a 4.5. So there we go. But it's nice chocolate, but that's not what you're buying it for. You're buying it for the biscuit. But well, I mean that's a bit unfair. I mean you are obviously buying for the chocolate as well, but it does work. But it's just the predominant flavour really. You've got a lot of chocolate with a little bit of biscuit flavour, so which I don't think is what the bar's meant to be about. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me to subscribe, like my videos, and I'll see you next time. And always feel free to leave a comment or two as well. God, I can't say the name of the bar now. I can't speak normally. Always feel free to leave a comment or two as well. It's always great to hear from you, and yeah, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.